Oh my gosh, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Shop. I'm one of your hosts, Reka.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And today we have an incredible guest. You might know him as a chef, you might know him from Mythical, and you might know him from both. We have Josh Scherer here, guys.
Thanks so much for having me, y'all. I will say I'm a massive Top Chef fanboy. I've been watching since season 2, but since then I've gone back and I've rewatched every season as well. That was when I was fun employed a while ago, and boy, do I miss those days.
Absolutely rewatched all of Top Chef while unemployed as well. It's a great, it's inspirational. It's great.
Totally great. It's funny watching like how far the show's come to. Like you go back to season 2, Restaurant Wars was so rinky dink.
Oh my God. It already is a stupid challenge, but then you go back and they're like in, a 1-bedroom New York apartment. It's crazy.
Also, a lot of people don't know Padma didn't join until season 2. It was originally Katie Lee back then. Katie Lee Joel.
Katie Lee Joel, author of the novel about surfing, Groundswell.
She wrote a book about surfing.
We're big fans of Katie Lee Joel's first season of Top Chef here. We talk about her a lot.
Yeah, a little game we would do is we made sure to bring up Katie Lee Joel and her authorship of the book Groundswell every episode. But Josh, thank you for keeping it OG Talk Chef and making that connection, because yes, it's gorgeous to do that. We love this. This is so exciting. The finale of Houston, what a finale it was. Before we dive in, couple orders of business. Today is our fundraiser show that we've been talking about all season. We are so excited to be donating to the San Antonio Food Bank, which is serving the greater San Antonio area, including Uvalde, which of course had a horrific tragedy just a couple of weeks ago. So we're really excited to be donating to them. And what were you going to say, Jordan?
I was just going to say, Texas has had such a hard go of it. It's, minorities of all kinds, people of color, the LGBTQ community are all suffering in Texas right now, unfortunately. And this food bank seems like they're doing a lot of great things for people in that entire area. So we're really excited to be able to do some stuff and get them some money. Absolutely.
They provide resources, food. We're just so excited to be helping out. So San Antonio Food Bank is our charity. If you want to participate in the several little things we've got going on, I have a little graphic, but in case you can't quite see it, we've got 3 things going on. Wow. There's also this info in the details of this video. We've got an auction for SAM Nightingale's Fan from Dimension 20s to 7, signed by all of the cast of the 7. This auction that will surely make Jordan and I, and we hope you too, Josh, sweat, is going to start at 6:40 p.m. So if you want to bid on that, that's at 6:40 p.m. Pacific. Don't start bidding now because we can't look at that. Our brain doesn't work. We also have 2 raffles. One is for a bunch of role-playing game books signed by Erika, Ishii, and Brennan Mulligan. You can submit your entry for that raffle without selecting the goods and services checkbox on Venmo. Nope, don't select that.
Don't select it. It makes Venmo think I'm a business, and then they try to tax me as if I'm a business. And also 100% of your donation is not then able to go towards us helping get the money there. It goes to Venmo, which is I can only assume an evil corporation. Absolutely. So don't press that. It's not a good or a service. It is a donation. Exactly. And you don't need your purchase protected because you're not purchasing anything.
No, you're purchasing a good time here for free. So you can Venmo at JORDANMYR1CK with a note saying Raffle 1. If you want those signed role play books, that is what you would enter, Raffle 1. It's $5 an entry. You can enter as many times as you want. If you give Jordan $500 and type in Raffle 1, that's all your entries. 500 divided by 5, you get it, 100 entries. To participate in Raffle 2, wow, 2 raffles. That is for Dimension 20's Boggy. It's a little Boggy plush signed by Siobhan Thompson and Brennan Mulligan. To do that,
of the show,
you will do another Venmo without selecting goods and services to JORDANMYR1CK with a note saying Raffle 2. $5 per entry. I'm getting questions in the chat that I'll answer right now. You can enter the raffle as many times as you want, $5 per entry. The role play books are all as a bundle. You get all 3 of those books. They're all signed by Erika and Brennan. So that is pretty freaking cool. And if you live outside the United States and you're like, I want to participate, but I don't have Venmo, you can participate by donating directly to the San Antonio Food Bank and sending @TalkChef on Instagram a receipt and saying which raffle you would like to enter, and then we will enter you in that raffle. Now, Kyle's bringing up an interesting thing that's a little bit of a secret. So I'm going to leave you in the dark, Kyle, and I'm sorry about that. We may or may not be doing that at the end of the show or maybe at the end of this week. And that's just a private thing for us and Kyle to talk about. You know
I wish I knew, because I'm not logged into the chat because I'm doing all the raffle stuff.
I'll give you a hint, Jordan and Josh.
Whoa.
No way. Homemade yogurt.
Yes.
I love that.
Yogurt ships famously well.
Yeah, I've always wanted people to try Reka's homemade yogurt.
Yes, I'm going to send one lucky viewer my homemade yogurt in an envelope. Sean is asking, do we enter the raffle multiple times or all in one Venmo? Whichever you like. If you want to send $1,000 to Jordan as all of your raffle entries, that's great. If you're like, man, I want Boggy. And then you're like, later, I want Boggy more. I want Boggy more. You can send it as 20 raffle entries. It's probably easier to send it as one, but you know. Okay.
And hey, you know what? It's easier for me if you send it as one, and it won't flag your transaction. So don't feel like you need to like Venmo me like 6 times in a row, $5 to troll me, like Sean specifically has in seasons finales past. But if you spend $20 and then later you're like, wait, I just found $20 more, then you can also do that. Also, you can just donate money. You don't have to want any of this stuff. If you just say, hey, I think D&D, I said D&D.
I think that could be a cool bed and breakfast idea.
Sorry. Yeah. A D&D themed bed and breakfast that Reka and I'll open up. And it's Brennan Lee Mulligan themed. If you don't care about D&D and you just want to donate, you can also Venmo me and just say, hey, Jordan, love you. I think you're so beautiful. And then I'll know that is just a donation.
And if you want to put something in there about Josh and I being beautiful as well, that's also actually
great. Absolutely.
My self-esteem is too high. Someone say Josh is ugly and donate. The money still goes there.
It's unsavory.
Yeah. Don't worry, Josh. Reka and I will be nagging you this whole episode to kind of bring you back down to earth, so everything will be fine.
I am fueled by it.
Absolutely. So that is our first order of business. We're so excited. And again, I hope this graphic is legible. There's information in the description of this video and then information on this graphic. Second order of business is something we didn't tell you, Josh, which is just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire, so does every episode of Talk Chef.
What?
Cooking related. Get your knives and your mandolin out of here. It's not good. It is all Josh preference related. So we have 10 questions that you have to answer in 45 seconds. It's the fastest.
45 seconds for each question or across all 10.
Hey, Josh, you freaking wish. It's 45 questions total. Not to be a bitch, you freaking wish it was 45 seconds for
you kind of are being one right now, though.
Yeah,
you're very nice.
No, she is. She's always a bitch.
Pop it in the chat if
you guys watch the show. You know Reka's a bitch. Pop it in the chat if you think she's a bitch.
Yeah, pop it in the chat if I'm being a bitch. Incredible. So you have 45 seconds to answer all 10 questions. And just in case, I don't know you, Josh. I don't know you super well. I bet you're kind of like, fuck this, fuck the challenge. I'm probably on my way out, right? You're kind
of course.
Okay, so I'm gonna beg you. I'm freaking begging you at this point to stay because we have prizes at stake.
Yeah.
We've got a deed to the Trolato wine vineyard.
Have you ever heard of it? I'm sure you have.
They've been like OG like since day one. Like Trolato, I didn't even realize that. And I don't know if I've ever seen them in the wild.
Yes.
Well, that's a really interesting point you bring up because it's actually not in the wild. Reka and I have tried to purchase it many times. It's very difficult to purchase. It's not a commonly sold wine. And Top Chef contestants who have had it, who have come on our show, have said it does not taste good.
Is it? Did they sign like a lifetime contract?
Do you mean like sort of like a deal with the devil?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it seems like.
I will say, friend of the show and friend from high school, my friend Laura messaged me and said, I found a bottle of Trolato and she is going to send it to me.
Yes.
Now, I imagine they have to put this in like radioactive, like hazmat packaging. Like this is like security clearance. Like this is like on level of like a presidential confidential briefing. Like there's only one bottle in the world. Like I'm gonna protect this for dear life when I get it. So
yeah. Erika told me she's gonna ice me with it when she gets it. And I have to
yeah. You remember icing?
Do I?
Many times.
I've never been iced, but one time a friend of mine was iced because he got into a car and it was seat belted into the front seat. And I think that's cute.
That's just entrapment into like a crime though.
Yeah, truly.
Wait,
I feel like a cop did that.
I have to actually, you know what? I have to say, you have to call the cops on your friends for entrapment because they're trying to get you caught by the cops for drinking in a car.
I agree.
Okay, wait, I have to go.
I'm gonna ice you now that I know that you've never had it done to you before.
I know I've never had it done. Okay, gorgeous. So we're gonna begin. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you the second prize because I know you're halfway out the door, Josh. The second prize is your own personal suite of broken GE appliances, just like you see on the show. So we're
fantastic.
An oven that doesn't get up to temperature, an air fryer that doesn't get up to temperature, a refrigerator whose door doesn't close. All of that will be yours.
Beautiful.
Yeah, have you ever worked with maybe like a refrigerator or maybe like an oven that doesn't work super well? Have you ever maybe worked with one of those, maybe at a place where you and I are both using the same oven?
No, you see, Mythical Entertainment only provides its employees with top of the line equipment. I'm kidding. All this shit's so janky. Yeah. It's all just broken IKEA stuff that was put together by like an intern.
Absolutely.
The idea of an IKEA oven that is assembled like with little dowels.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Well, Josh, I will start a timer for 45 seconds that's semi-legible after Jordan finishes asking question 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Truly doing all the donations for
I
this.
know.
And also doing that. I'm like, my brain might break this episode. We'll find out. If people keep wondering why I'm looking down at my crotch, it's because I have another computer and I'm doing donations.
No, it's because she's obsessed with her crotch. Sorry.
I'm just looking at my own crotch. Okay. Anyway, time to start. All right. Question number 1. Who do you think is the best Top Chef contestant of all time?
Maylin.
How far would you make it on Top Chef?
4th round.
What word do you associate with Houston, Texas?
Rockets.
What is the worst food?
Celery.
What is the best meal you've ever had?
Nightshade.
What is the worst thing you've ever cooked?
Beef bile cheesecake.
Mythical Kitchen or Top Chef Kitchen?
Top Chef Kitchen.
Would you rather watch a finale episode or a regular episode?
Finale.
What city should Top Chef go to next?
Bakersfield.
Compliment Erika and Jordan.
Erika, you have lovely eyes. Jordan, you are an incredibly empathetic human.
Yes!
Oh wow. My God, I stopped it a little late. You have 1 second less than this. Josh, you have to understand most people can't do this challenge. You were fucking in the zone.
How do they not do that? You just say whatever word. I mean, Bakersfield is the obvious choice for next season of Top Chef, right? That's where they're coming. If you track it, that's where they're going.
I think I remember friends getting vaccinated there.
No, actually, the people that have the hardest time doing that thing that we just did is people who were on Top Chef. Top Chef contestants almost never finish it.
They keep trying to make an amuse-bouche. Should we go answer the question?
Yeah. No, but we'll be like, what's your favorite food? And they'll be like, well, I love pizza. And then I'll start to answer the next question. Then they'll be like, but I also love tacos. And I'm like, Elon Hall, get it together.
Maylin, great pick for fave. She made one of the most gorgeous desserts in the whole series. Absolutely. I wish I could eat at Nightshade. I'm a vegetarian. There's like so little to eat.
Ooh, bummer. Yeah, I mean, Nightshade, I was talking to Jordan earlier. Nightshade closed down, but my fiance and I had our first date at Nightshade. And I had to like pull strings with the publicist to get in. And it was one of those kind of like, weird little flexes, because my fiance used to be a restaurant publicist as well. And so it's kind of like, I bet I can get us in there in like 24 hours, and get like a res. And it was just like the most annoying asshole foodie flex of all time in LA. And I did it just because, and it's like seriously my favorite restaurant of all time. And I think Maylin kicked off like a new era. I know y'all said you can be long-winded. No. This guy. I think Maylin kicked off a new era of Top Chef and I think food in America that I think it's very like auteur based. It's like I'm telling my own damn story with my food, and like that's what it's going to be. And Maylin blending like, you know, one kind of like Taiwanese, Chinese inflected foods with her own personal brand of Americana, and like selling that through her food. I mean, like she made a freaking bloomin' onion with like whipped tom yum, you know, dipping sauce, and like a mapo tofu 100-layer lasagna, and it all tastes freaking good. Maylin rules.
Wow.
Okay. Get her on the show, Josh. Come on. Come on, get her on the show.
I know.
Come on, what do we pay you for? Okay, incredible. Well, I'm so excited to chat about this finale. I think every single Top Chef finale makes me cry, maybe, and this is no exception. So we're in Tucson still. That's beautiful. And they are told to just make the best 4-course meals of their lives. No twists, no, nothing else fancy. And they all kind of go in a different direction. So Josh, we usually run through the dishes that they make, and criteria is totally up to you. We'll give a quick thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is. Is it a Top Chef dish? Is it not Top Chef dish? Does it sound good to you? Does it not sound good to you? Criteria simply couldn't be looser.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So what we have, oh, by the way, our final 3 are Sarah, Evelyn, and Buddha. 1 second. Someone's asking for a link to the San Antonio Food Bank. And guess what? I hadn't entered it in here for San Antonio Food Bank tonight. Josh, we're a little janky here at the Top Chef kitchen.
I'm slamming a diet Red Bull, like stuck in the conference room. Someone's going to barge in like 3 minutes.
Yes, that's beautiful. We love that. Gorgeous. I'll pop this in here. Okay. Excuse me. What's so cool about this is I think people love to kind of see us be quiet and sort of.
I think that's really important. This is like incredible. We have had so many donations and raffle entries already. It is truly so unbelievable, and I'm so excited for the San Antonio Food Bank. I am absolutely horrified, scared for myself. I'm trying to enter them all in a spreadsheet, and I'm like, I'm looking at more numbers that I've looked at since like middle school algebra.
Yes, absolutely. People don't know this, but it's hard to run a fundraiser because there's so many parts, and we're only 2 dumb people. Okay, great. So now you see we're authentic, and that's beautiful. The food bank link is in the description. Gorgeous. Let's start with Sarah. I thought her concept was so fucking cool. Her whole concept is like Tucson, use the whole thing. No food waste. She's talking about these misos. I'm like, drop the link, Sarah. All these like rotting food misos. Drop the freaking link.
And I also want to give a shout out. Chef Robert from this season is her sous chef. He's a friend of the show. Yes. He actually said he might be watching tonight. So if he is watching, hi Robert. So we were really happy to see him back in the finale.
Yes, absolutely. And so let's kick this off with Sarah's first course, which is carne seca gravy over polenta with a soft egg, morels, and a blackberry salsa. I mean, I gotta try. This sounds awesome to me. Carne seca, like I love, we've talked about this last time. Like I love when I learn stuff on this show. And I don't know if you saw earlier episodes this season, but they talk about carne seca in Tucson at a restaurant called El Charro, and how it's like this dried meat, and you can do so many things with it to rehydrate it and just really get all this awesome like umami flavor out of it. And it sounds really good.
Wait, did she make that for the finale?
Am I crazy?
I think that's the last episode, dude.
You are so.
That was the carne. Yeah, that was the carne seca. That was the fire.
Don't ever fucking correct me ever again.
I'm sorry. The carne seca. It was part of the El Charro quick fire. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I fucked up, man.
You know what happened?
Let me ask, because did you guys use carne seca in Mythical Kitchen recently?
We did. Wait, and I can't remember why, but we definitely had like a giant. It was like one of those big meat shields of carne seca, like one of the whole things that you buy from, I think, Vallarta supermarket, greatest supermarket in all of LA, the one by the Burbank airport. Holy shit, that place rules.
Yeah, I saw that because Lily posted on her Instagram story something with carne seca. She was like eating it or something at the office, and I was like, oh my god, do we have carne seca in the office? I had never heard of it before this Top Chef episode.
Can I say that I know what happened to me, which is that normally I'll take these notes in a note on my phone, but I believe I wrote this down in an email draft to myself. And that's actually kind of interesting. And so now I'm having to find it. And if you guys are like, why did you prepare all this before? It's like, well, I actually did make all of the graphics and I had to make this little graphic. So like, you know, just like be reasonable with me. And that's actually okay.
Yeah, Erika and I do have jobs.
We're assuming everyone is pissed and no one has said.
Yeah, literally no one's mad at all.
Her first course, she made an ancient grain sourdough I believe she made an ancient grain sourdough using either einkorn or emmer. And then she did a venison heart tartare with a whipped miso butter because she used the miso in everything.
I cannot believe you're doing this to me, Josh. It's really awesome that you did. It's really awesome that you did. I fucking love that. Wow.
Irrelevant on this show, Erika.
Thank you. I can run through. I think I remember every single first course.
Okay, well, now this has become just a test for Josh. So, Erika, while you look at that, Josh, rattle them off.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. So Evelyn made a scallop, like a cured scallop in pickled radish, aguachile rojo, with a chiltepin oil on it, and then pretty minimalist dish. And then Buddha, of course, did a play on Thomas Keller's, what is it called? Caviar and Pearls? Or something in pearls.
Yes, you're right.
It was the cured yellowtail with caviar, apple, radish, and then a Vangeon sauce, which they were all blown away and were like, Buddha, this is gonna follow your whole career. And yeah, they were all just blown away by it. I thought do you want me to just rattle off commentary? I can do it.
Well, no, this is what I want to know now. Now that you said the dishes, I want to know which of those 3 dishes would you have chosen as if you had to pick one of those, what would you pick?
Evelyn, aguachile is one of my favorite dishes of all time. Chiltepin is my favorite chili of all time. Scallop is I love chiltepin. Chiltepin is incredibly expensive too. I mean, these tiny, I know they featured it in a previous episode, these tiny little just red hot chilies have the huge, bright upfront punch. And they're like really, I mean, they're like the price of caviar for chilies. It's incredible. That said, I wish Evelyn put a little bit more firepower into her dish. I wish like competing against Buddha's dish, you know, Sarah, I mean, she pulled out like the storytelling in all of it, right? Where she was like, we're doing this no waste, like hunter gatherer meets Tucson thing with the venison heart and the foraged misos and all that. And that was really cool. So she had that point of view. I mean, Evelyn's been cooking her food and I've been a huge Team Evelyn supporter the whole time, and her finale meal looked incredible. I just wanted like a little bit more firepower, something a little bit more interesting. So it's tough. Like if she would have done like a chicatana and salsa matcha, something that can still showcase like native Mexican ingredients, you know, but I feel like she tried to show restraint and she said as much during the episode, but like, that's the tough part about a finale. It's like, fuck restraint. You got to go in there, just dick on the table, guns blazing. And Buddha did that and he knocked it out of the park. So like my heart says Evelyn, because that's one of my favorite dishes of all time. But the reaction to Buddha is like, damn, I just wanted to try that.
Yeah. And that also makes me want to ask, who was your choice to win from like the beginning? Like in all the contestants included, who did you want to win / who did you think was going to win?
I wanted Evelyn to win the whole time. I thought Jackson Call was going to win. I've had his food a lot in LA. He's
cool.
Well-rounded. But then found out that he couldn't taste or smell, which like hilarious. I mean, COVID is not hilarious, but that's pretty fucking hilarious. Yeah. And then, I mean, I thought Damar for a while, but I've been like Team Evelyn with my heart and head for like a while. I mean, she just seems to really, really have a knack for flavor development and across so many different cuisines. Huge fan.
Okay, people are saying in the comments that I have linked to an actual bank in the description. You have to understand I'm doing so many things at the same time.
Are you okay? I feel afraid.
Oh, okay. I'll explain every single thing that happened because I was talking while finding that link. I just pulled up the first thing and pasted it in. My notes on this episode are on my laptop. My laptop is currently the thing broadcasting this graphic. So that's why you saw me in the graphic. So I had to go to my laptop, send myself the notes. All this is insane. I have to build these graphics by myself with my stylus is broken. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm running to Van Nuys to get things signed by people. I'm out of my mind, and I love all of you. Okay, Josh,
you want to be an unpaid intern for Talk Chef.
Yeah.
No.
Please donate to the fucking bank I linked in there. I love banks.
Yeah, you get perks like absolutely nothing. Other than I guess Erika and I appreciating you.
No, I literally love all of you and couldn't love you more. And you keep me from being ill. Okay, awesome. Josh, you nailed all of those first courses, so I don't even need to talk about it. But I must simply say that Buddha's dish had sweet potato bees on it, and that makes me happy.
I don't know. I was hoping because when he like said his menu, I was like, this is incredibly ambitious. But the whole time I was like, I like Buddha, but I really wanted Evelyn to win. And yes. I thought he was going to get roasted for his tuiles because he had a tuile on every course. And that is, I have nothing but disdain for French cuisine. I'm just so sick of it. I cannot stand hearing people say, oh, I cook Thai flavors with French technique. I cook Korean flavors with French technique. It's just like, shut the hell up about French technique. And anyone who thinks that French cuisine is complicated because they have the mother sauces that are like 3 ingredients. It's like, have you ever had mole? Have you ever had a proper Indian sabji cooked with a tarka? Like, have you ever had any other cuisine ever? French cuisine ain't necessarily complicated compared to the rest of the entire world. Please shut the hell up. And so him making those like French gastronomy tuiles, I just wanted to be like, stop, someone roast him for it. And no one called him out.
So Jordan and I just nutted. You're extremely right. I thought those were really cute until I saw him doing it on all 4. And I went, uh-oh, he's going to get called out.
Yeah. Same. This does make you perfect for the show, Josh, because we are violently anti-Europe on this show in terms of cuisine. We talk about how it would be like people come on the show all the time and they're like, I've never cooked Indian food. I've never had Indian food. But if someone ever came on Top Chef and was like, I've never had French food or I've never cooked
you
French
would be fucking embarrassed. You would never say it. It's the implicit understanding is supposed to be like, well, you get why I've never cooked Indian food. You get why I've never cooked Nigerian food. It's like, I don't get it.
Weird is like what the sentiment is. It's like really, really racist. No. So and also like I think French food is like so deeply boring.
Especially as a vegetarian, I'm like, what am I eating? A buttered bean? I'm bored.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm bored.
The thing that really kills me though is there was a phrase that I actually tweeted about this. Padma, even in episode 1 of the season, was like, we have so many different cuisines represented. And she straight up said this. She was like, we have Asian, we have Southern Italian, we have Afro-Latin. And I was like, oh yes, the 3 genders, Asian, Afro-Latin, and Southern Italian.
Biggest continent in the whole world, a really specific area of Italy.
And then Ashley, the one person representing,
Appalachian soul food,
very cool, point of view in her culinary technique. But like, it was just such a wild thing. Asia, 4.7 billion people. A majority of flavors in the world are Asian.
So are most people. Most people are Asian.
Most people are Asian. Well, it's wild to me.
Tell everybody, most people are Asian.
Which is why I had to really, not to skip ahead, I had a bit of a problem with Evelyn's 3rd course.
Oh, let's freaking go. Let's get into this. Okay. Course 2, Evelyn did shrimp and corn crystal dumplings, a corn broth, an hoja santa oil, and crispy garlic. I say big thumbs up. I want to stick my head in this.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Huge. Yeah, hoja santa, absolutely beautiful flavor. Yeah.
Incredible. Buddha made a Penang laksa with cannelloni wrapped in nori, lobster, king crab, and a carrot butterfly tuile. This looked okay. I got what they meant by like 80s stuff. I think it looked good, but I got what they meant when they said like the old preparation and like maybe showing off a little bit.
Yeah, it was super dated, but I mean, we're kind of in the Cosmos are back, espresso teenies are back. You can like play with that in a retro way, but there's a really interesting edit choice in that specific moment because Eric Repair is talking and he's kind of excited and he goes like, this dish looks like it was from the 1980s. And then he's about to say, but, and then they cut him off. And I was like, what?
To not tip. I bet you Buddha was kind of crushing all these courses and they probably don't want to tip.
Yeah. They're trying to get like one negative.
Yeah.
I actually am like, I don't think I thought until I heard them talk about it. So you know what? Put it back on my plate. I'll eat it. And then Sarah made a squash stuffing dumpling with corn husk broth, miso, huilacoche puree, and a Three Sisters salad. I think this sounds great. I was like, when I saw her plating the salad, I was like, I don't know if it needs that, but
I mean, I of course eat any of this, but as far as like a conceptual dish, to me, the huilacoche like did not belong there. I feel like huilacoche is an ingredient that a lot of people use without really understanding the flavor, because it seems like it's a very cool, very rare ingredient, right? Mexican truffles, as some people would call it. It's a fungus that grows on the outside of corn. It is a very like deep, dark, funky, iodine bitter flavor. And I feel like that just killed the entire corn broth.
I can totally see it. I've never had it, so I wasn't aware like what is it bringing to the table.
Echo Park, there's a huilacoche quesadilla maker.
Yeah.
And like she just posts on the corner, and it's like some of the best late night food I've ever had.
Hell yeah.
I love huilacoche. I used to work at a place in Brooklyn that did a huilacoche quesadilla, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And it was so good, but I think it is a really, really strong flavor.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yes. Okay, so then third course, here's where we're gonna get Josh popping off. Evelyn made a braised goat with curry mole, a curry mole, nopales, and spiced squash seeds. And for the record, the sauce was placed on top, the mole was placed on top of the goat. It was not like cooked with it. Now, I'm gonna try anything on earth, but I do agree it seemed odd to not cook it in the mole.
I actually really disagree with that.
I love it.
This isn't just from my point of view. I used to be a journalist. I wrote for LA Magazine, was an editor and stuff, and I edited a dude named Bill Esparza, who to me, he is an absolute Mexican food savant. He's written several books on it. He consults for all the big travel shows that ever go to Mexico. And I remember him telling me about mole and how a lot of Americans fundamentally misunderstand it, where we think of it as like a meat dish with a sauce. And he's like, no, the dish is the sauce. Yes. He's like, you go to Mexico, like mole is the dish. Like they put chicken on it. They'll give you a chicken breast if you go to Guelaguetza, or one of the big Oaxacan spots in LA, because they think that, they should, and they want to give you value, of course. But he's like, the dish is the mole. Yeah. And then if you look at, I think it's number 7 best restaurant in the world, Puyol by Enrique Olvera. Signature dish, mole madre. It is just a freaking plate of 2 moles, one that's been cooking for 8 years, and it's served with tortillas. Like the mole is the dish. And I don't believe you cook, there's 7 regional moles in Oaxaca. I don't believe you traditionally cook protein in any of them.
Yeah.
That was a really strange note that a lot of people gave. But that said, her dish was confusing when she calls it one curry, which the term curry is so nebulous, right? And like the term curry to me, it doesn't mean anything in particular.
Yeah.
It's across so many cultures, but even then, like the Thai curry, right, isn't even curry. It was called gayang, and then to market it, they were like, screw it, let's call it a curry. And so I wanted her to like explain more of like where that comes from. If you're to adopt this massively nebulous view of curry, I say mole is a form of curry, right, as it is. So I just wanted to know what the hell she was like really talking about with that. I also wanted to eat it.
I feel like I just learned something. I love that. I love the idea of mole being the dish itself. That's very interesting.
Yeah, Josh literally knows so much.
Yes.
Josh knows more facts than anyone I've ever met. I'll say that.
And that kid from Jerry Maguire all growed up.
You're Jonathan Lipnicki?
Okay, on that note, has anyone seen an adult picture of Jonathan Lipnicki?
Yes.
He's like very ripped now and wears like gold chains.
He's an MMA fighter. He like fights mixed martial arts.
He's all those.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Sorry, Rika, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, I click all those clickbait articles underneath the actual article I'm reading. And can you believe this celebrity is ripped now? And you're like, I guess I can. Okay, Buddha made Mongolian lamb with eggplant puree, asparagus, miso roasted eggplant, squash blossom, and eggplant tuile leaves. This sounded good to me. It looked amazing.
Looks good.
It seems like, and he got the note. Am I just going to be the negative asshole here on everything?
Oh, not at all.
We love it.
He got the note from the judges that like I actually had this recently at another Top Chef alum, Shirley Chung's restaurant in LA, Miss Chi, if anyone's been.
Yeah.
I think she makes really fantastic food, but she makes a dish that she calls like beef and broccoli, but it's like a seared skirt steak with like, you know, pretty lightly roasted broccolini and like a sauce that's supposed to be evocative of beef and broccoli. But to me, it loses all the things you love about beef and broccoli, and it just eats like a seared piece of meat with grilled vegetables and a sauce on it. And so to me, it's like Buddha, you know, he was playing on the idea of Mongolian beef, but it was just such a like French ass preparation and plating of the dish that like dude made a demi that I'm sure was spiced like Mongolian. I'm sure it, you know, had the clove in it. I'm sure it had the soy in it. I'm sure it had the sweet. But it was just like, it was disappointing to see such a classical French. And I know that's his background a lot, worked a lot in very fine dining. He works for a caviar company's corporate restaurant now in New York. But it was just like, it was so French. And I was like, man, just like a little bit less of that like precious single stalk of asparagus. And I feel like, you know, I don't know, that would have been a dish that I would have liked to eat more.
Yeah, let me ask, how do we feel about caviar?
Never had it, but I'm sure it's okay.
You love it, John.
I really enjoy the taste of it. I mean, I think it's a really insane status food. And I think you get up to a certain level, I don't really care. But like, I went to Kura revolving sushi yesterday and was eating sushi off the conveyor belt for $3 a plate. And I was shoving flying fish roe and salmon eggs in my mouth. So I think it's like an Ashkenazi Jew thing where it's like any product of like a river fish that you can kind of squeeze out and pickle and brine, I'm going to want to eat it. So I really dig on caviar. I like fish eggs.
Hell yeah.
I think my problem with it is, I think similarly the problem that people have with like truffles is it's like you were saying, kind of like a status item that then on top of that, people will just kind of like do whatever with, like they'll just make something and then like put caviar on top of it. And I'm like,
right. It doesn't become a dish just because you put an expensive ingredient on top.
Yeah, I'm like, make it make sense. Like, don't just throw it on something because you interpret it to be like fancy. I think that can be a little like pretentious and irritating.
Yeah, like there's an article that came out today in the New York Times that I shit you not, it said people used to do drugs, now they do bumps of caviar. Awesome. And it's a thing where a chef puts, you know, a little thing of caviar right there and you lick it off as if it were cocaine. And it's like a cool thing to do in restaurants.
That's so stupid.
And more expensive than actual cocaine.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first. Josh is saying just get Coke instead of caviar.
Thank you. Jeez, sprinkle that on your little yellow Trudeau.
Okay. Yeah. Now, here's a controversial idea. Let's blow through the next 4 dishes in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sarah made a rabbit ballotine with apricot, chestnut, and herb salads because that's what the rabbit eats. I think it's a cute idea. It looked like it was, it sounded like they said it was unevenly prepared. But I think I fucking just love her concept. I think it's so cool.
I agree.
Needed longer in the sous vide.
Yes, exactly. Evelyn, for dessert, made a buñuelo with cajeta panna cotta, cardamom cream, and persimmons.
Yeah,
this looked really good.
It looked good as hell. Panna cotta.
I do not like panna cotta. I know, I'm so sorry, but I would still eat this. Buddha made what I was like, Buddha, I gotta know what you're about to do with this. He said he's making pumpkin pie. I'm like, your meal sounds crazy. Pumpkin pie mille-feuille with pumpkin custard, creme chantilly, maple caramel, pumpkin spice cake, and pumpkin leaves, which were his tuile. I would eat the
good tuile. That's the appropriate use of the tuile. To me, that was utterly gorgeous.
So pretty.
I didn't really understand
how it's a mille-feuille.
I don't know, just like this whole dish in relation to everything else.
America.
I'm also not a big pumpkin fall flavored dessert person. So if this had been like, I don't know, whatever, like Buddha's chocolate explosion, I'd be like, it doesn't matter how it fits in. I love chocolate, like yum. But since I think I'm more critical of it because I don't love pumpkin, so I have to be, you know, aware of that. But I am just a little like, I don't know. I guess this was his tribute to America, was this dish?
Yes. Which is very sweet. It's just a disjointed I feel like maybe a commentary we didn't hear is like, this menu's a little like, I thought it was sweet that he was honoring things his family liked. I think it was really sweet.
That's what I was saying about Mei Lin earlier. This is now auteur based cuisine where the menu doesn't have to make sense based off of certain progression. The menu has to be you on a plate and you're selling the idea of yourself.
Yes.
And I think that's what Buddha did really well.
That's like, it's like the equivalent of someone being like a personality in like comedy.
Straight up. Yeah. Chefs are content creators.
That's
my
true.
God.
Okay, our final dish. Sarah made an acorn cake with buttermilk ice cream and calypso bean miso caramel. I would eat the fucking shit out of this.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Stick my whole head in it. In the end, they deliberate and Buddha wins. And I started crying because his dad passed away right before he found out he got on the show. And he said he felt like he was living his father's dream. And it made me want to die. So
drop it in the chat if you also cried.
Yes, drop in the chat and drop how much you cried, what you cried about, whatever you want.
Drop it if you think that it's stupid that Rika cried, or if you like it.
Drop it if you think I'm a bitch, and if you think it's stupid that I cried.
Yeah.
And it is now 6:40, guys. So it's time for our little auction. I gotta tell you, this auction is gonna be pretty cool. It's for SAM Nightingale's fan from the 7. I'm actually gonna go grab it so that you can see how pretty it is.
In that meantime, I want to ask Josh a question. And Josh, you said you think you would get to the 4th round.
Unless there was something like very like technical, like if it was like, hey, break down this whole side of beef, then I'd just be like stuck. But I feel like I can cook food that tastes good enough to like get me past a couple people.
So butchery is something that you would struggle with, because that, in my mind, that's something that you would be good at. You're very educated about food. You're very technical. So I feel like that's something you would be good at.
I can break down a chicken, I can fillet a fish, but once it comes to like large fabrication tasks, like things that, cause I've not worked in a restaurant for more than like a summer in the kitchen, right? I've been in media my whole career pretty much. I had to butcher down a whole goat in my apartment once for the show, but that was about it. But that said, I mean, it's just a numbers game at that point. You just got to hope that, 13 other people screw up worse than you. But like, I would not actually, and like, gotta say, as negative as I was talking crap about the contestants' final meal, you don't actually cook and did you know that I couldn't do any of that shit. And like, Buddha absolutely crushed it, deserved to win. Food looked incredible. I'm sure it tasted incredible. I would, and some people will tweet at me, they're like, you should go on Top Chef. And it's like, I am not anywhere near the caliber of cook that any one of these people are. I just think that I could kind of hide for 3 episodes.
Well, because people forget it, being on a show like this is a little bit of a mix of charisma, a mix of talent, a mix of speed, and a mix of sort of just like improv. And so like, this is, and I'm sure you're good at all of those, but I'm like, it is funny when you're just like, you cook. And so people are like, be on this thing. I bake. People are like, be on Great British Bake Off. I'm like, I am too stupid to be on the Great British Bake Off. I'm not British and I'm too stupid. There are actually 2 things impeding me.
Yeah. I also think that a lot of people forget how much luck goes into it as well, because season after season, we've seen great people go home because they got put in the, 2nd or 3rd episode in a partner challenge where their partner completely screws them over, and then they both end up getting sent home or whatever.
Kristen Kish and Josie. Kristen Kish, man. God bless Last Chance Kitchen.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I think people forget how much luck, is it a team challenge? Is it a, what, and is that challenge to your strength? Some people get lucky and the first 3 challenges are things that are kind of in their wheelhouse. And then other people, the challenge might not be in their wheelhouse. So I think so much of it is luck.
Yeah, and how they decide to play it at that point too. Like Eric Ajapong getting sent home before he could cook his final meal. Or sometimes you assault a contestant. Sometimes you assault a contestant with a hair clipper in the middle of the night, and you didn't know you couldn't do that. And that's
because your brain is broken. Because your brain broke in half.
Yo, that dude's hosting a show on Food Network now.
Is he really? What's the show?
I don't know. It's like Chef Boot Camp or something.
Wow.
He also, if you guys know, Eden Grinchband, she's like a food personality who had a restaurant in New York for a while. She has a cookbook called Eating Out Loud, and I think she hosts Top Chef Canada, maybe, or is a judge on Top Chef Canada or Chopped Canada. I don't know, one of those. But he was like, I think the head chef of her restaurant in New York when it was still open, and I was like, wow, this guy's he's fine, he's still working.
Not to interrupt the convo, but I think we got to get some heat on this auction.
All right, we got to get heat on the auction.
If everyone could do a little social media post, Jordan and Josh, if that's not too much to ask. This auction starts now, and we're at $150 on this fan, 5 minutes in. So that's incredible. I'm sorry to make you guys do work in the middle of a live stream, but we got to get this internationally trending because you can't see the fan. Do I dare show you my room for 1 second so then you can see what this fan looks like? I guess
from the room. What are you so scared of?
I just don't want anyone knowing anything about me. This is a little tease. This is my room, but this is what the fan looks like. It's incredible. You can see we've already got some signatures on it already. I'm scooping up the other ones. It's going to be from the cast of Dimension 20's The Seven, which is incredible. So this is the actual fan Persephone used during the whole shoot. It's incredible. It looks beautiful and it's really fun. Okay.
Hey, Erika, why don't you explain what you're talking about for people who might not know?
Okay, great. So Dimension 20 is a D&D tabletop roleplay game show on Dropout, which is college humor streaming service. And it is hosted by Brennan Mulligan, who is the Dungeon Master, the GM. And The Seven was a season that I was on. If you are fans, you've seen. And we all had these beautiful fans on set, and we were able to sell Katja Cleaver, my character's fan, for like a couple $1,000 a few seasons ago, all signed by the cast of The Seven, who are all incredible, very well-known D&D players. Abria Iyengar, friend of the show, Erika, Ishii, Becca Scott, Persephone Valentine, Izzy Rowland, all these incredible people. We're $155 for this. That's incredible. We so appreciate it. This is just a little piece of D&D history if you're into it.
And you know what I'll throw in there? If we can get the auction for this fan up to $500, I will be on the next season of Dimension 20.
Jordan keeps fucking saying this, but she has no ability to control that.
$500, I will be on the next season of Dimension 20. I will be the dungeon master. I will be Brennan.
Fucking make
on the next season of Dimension 20.
Shut up. Okay.
Do it. Brennan can ask me to stop saying that if he's so mad about it, okay?
If we can get this to $500, I will draw you a card and write some behind the scene facts from Dimension 20 on it and send it with the fan. Is that interesting? Do you want a drawing for me? I'm actually pretty good at drawing, so maybe you kind of do.
I have a bunch of drawings from Erika. If we can get this up to $500, I will videotape myself asking Brennan if I can be in the next season of Dimension 20. But keep in mind, I'm now a personality for a food media site, right? With Josh. And I have almost no fame whatsoever, but like we're climbing, we're getting there, right? Like it's happening.
We're getting there. Absolutely.
I think sooner than later, it would kind of be Brennan's honor to have me on Dimension 20.
Actually, pretty soon he could be kind of begging you.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
absolutely. On the card, I'll draw a picture of a horse. I'll draw whatever you want for this fan.
Those are your two options. You could have a picture of a horse or a picture of whatever you want.
So those are kind of the two genders in a way.
In a way. Yeah, what do you guys identify as? Horse or whatever you want? I personally identify as horse.
For me, horse.
I'm a classic horse type.
Yeah.
Horse.
Yeah. Okay. And if you know what kind of horse you are, drop it in the chat. We're at 175 for this. We're at 175. Let's see. Yeah, if we get up to 500, I'm going to write this down because last time we went crazy. We're at 200. All right. Card with BTS on the 7.
How about this? If we can get it up to $200 right now, I will.
Jordan, it's at 200. It's at 200. Don't say it.
We can get up to $250 right now. I will make Josh tell us a secret.
Yes.
Okay.
Josh, will you do that?
Yes.
If we're at 250, Josh will tell you a secret. And I bet you, because he's a chef, it will be juicy, just like the meat he probably cooks.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes, unless it's carne seca, which is dry, but thank you.
Very dry.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll either be juicy, like a juicy steak, or dry, like wit.
Yes.
Or carne seca.
Carne seca. Mm.
Dry like wit.
Yeah. My secret involves a lot of things. Actually, it involves Top Chef. It involves my romantic life, and it involves a food charity activation that I've done in the past.
Okay, wait. What the hell? Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a whole thing.
We're gonna get to 250. I feel it. I'm gonna guess the fact. Okay, it has to do with Top Chef. It has to do with your love life. It has to do with the charity.
I brought up like the first thing earlier.
Okay.
And so it takes place there.
Okay. You were at Nightshade.
I was.
Erika, don't guess it. Why do you want to guess it? We have to get it to 250.
No, I'm gonna guess something too crazy, and then it'll be kind of funny. And you were there, and someone was doing like a charity event to raise awareness for like people who can't eat spice. And
just raising awareness for Ashkenazi Jews. Yes, someone allow them to finally enjoy. Someone allow my bubby to finally be able to eat Taco Bell and not go, this beef is too spicy.
Absolutely, exactly. That was what you guys are raising awareness for. And then you wanted to make a donation, and your fiance was like, "Wait, but I already made a donation," and that's how you knew that they were the one. And it really Top Chef. And then Mei Lin came out, and she ordained your wedding.
That'd be a hell of a story. I wish that. I wish.
That's a great story. I do think, your fiance seems beautiful and incredible. How did you bag her?
How did I bag her? Well, I got a big old sack of burlap, you see, and then I just said, get in the bag.
Okay, she's a bunch of oranges. She's a potato.
Yeah.
I bagged her through the normal way of just like several months of getting to know her. And then us realizing that we see the world through the same lens. And
Yay.
Thank you.
Incredible.
But the secret involves how I almost lost her on our first date. It really, truly, it was like really awkward and she was mortified.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
You probably said something fucked up about the charity. Like you said, I don't want, I'm going to guess. You probably said something fucked up. Okay, Andrew, we are auctioning Persephone Valentine's fan from Dimension 27. It will be signed by the entire cast. Brennan Lee Mulligan, Isabella Rowland, Persephone Valentine, Abria Iyengar, Erika Ishii, Becca Scott, myself. And it's going to be incredible. And you'll have a little...
Hey, you know what? I'll sign it. As the next member of Dimension 20. I'll sign it.
Jordan, people are going to start dropping it down. They're going to start dropping it down. $10.
No, they can't. You can't take it back.
Yo, Jordan, did they cut the ribbon at Raising Cane's?
So that's actually a huge thing for you to bring up. Apparently,
I'm so sorry.
So for anyone who doesn't know, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know, but for about a year, I've been trying to contact Raising Cane's, who has been planning to open a location in Burbank where I live. And it's been there. They haven't opened it. The date keeps getting pushed back and back and back. So I constantly tweet at them. Josh has retweeted me, tried to contact them. Like, we've all kind of put in this group, beautiful community effort to get me to open that Raising Cane's, cut the ribbon, say a few words. I'm hearing that today they did open. I have no literal proof of that, is what I'll say. I don't know anyone that went today, and I haven't seen anything about it, so it could have been pushed back again. If anyone went, drop it in the chat.
We got to 250. We're at 275. Thanks to Sabrina. Josh, drop the juicy, dry secret.
My juicy, dry secret. I don't know if this is a story I've told before, but it was when I was on my first date with my now fiance at Nightshade. And we both drove like an hour to get there because, it's in an inconvenient part of town for both of us. And it was like on a Wednesday night. But anyways, she asked me about my spork tattoo and said, do you have any other tattoos? And I said, well, actually, yeah, I got one that we raised 30 grand for No Kid Hungry for me to get it on the show. Do you want to see it? And she goes, yeah. And I didn't tell her where it was. And I stand up and I just immediately throw up the lower back tattoo, not even realizing that like in the middle of this is like a very nice restaurant, right? Tim Duncan and Greg Popovich were there, like not to brag, but to me, I didn't think anything of it because I have absolutely no shame. And so I just like stand up and just kind of like, this is a person I've known for 20 minutes. And I just kind of like rip up, I'm like bending over, just like, do you see it? Do you see it? As this is like, a very fancy restaurant. And so, apparently like her actual thoughts on that weren't like, that was cute. It was like, hey, what a horrifying thing to do to a human after knowing them for 20 minutes. And so that's a fun little secret about my relationship. Also, I asked the server what farm the peppers were from in a dish. Because, the server comes out and he goes, these have habanero peppers. They're a habanero that has been bred to not have spice. And I'm like, okay, that can come from one of two farms. It's either Kong Tao or Row 7 Seed Company. And so I was like, what farm are those peppers from? And he goes like, I don't know. And I was like, well, this is the type of restaurant where if you're dropping knowledge about the peppers, I thought you would. And then apparently my fiance was like really mortified by that, but still, and I flubbed the first kiss terribly, but still.
How did you
Oh my
flub
God.
the first kiss?
Wait, save it.
Wait, if we can get this up to $300,
Yeah.
Josh has to tell us how he flubbed the first
kiss.
And
Yeah.
Josh got hard out of 7. So we have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes.
$300.
If we get to
5 minutes.
$300 in 5 minutes, not only will you get how Josh flubbed this kiss, I have a guess.
Embarrassing.
I'm going to give you 2 disgusting secrets about College Humor cast member Grant O'Brien.
Love
Now,
that.
Grant is disgusting. You guys have to remember that.
It is fucking disgusting. I love it. It's fucking disgusting. Josh, I'm going to guess how you flubbed the kiss.
Yeah, go ahead.
You exited Nightshade. Maybe you had a giant toot. You farted real bad. It ricocheted you off the building and you bumped into her with your mouth and planted a weird kiss like right here.
That would have been a better story, I'll say that. And also, flatulence does play into our relationship.
We're at 300. You have to tell us how you farted into your fiance.
I did not fart in my fiance's mouth on the first kiss. No, keep in mind, okay, it's like a Wednesday and I already am like madly in love with her. And so I'm like, okay, let's like try and, do this for like long term and think about things. And so I was like, it's a Wednesday. I'm like walking her to her car. I'm like, maybe this isn't like a kiss on the lips type of date because it's a Wednesday and let's feel it out. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to like, slow play it, see how she's feeling. And then I was like, all right, this seems like a kiss on the cheek thing, like a cheeky little, like, let you know I'm thinking about you. And so I go to kiss her on the cheek and then she immediately swivels to try and kiss me on the lips and her like teeth hit. And then I'm about to like pull back and like apologize. And she like goes in for the hug. So it's like an awkward faces mashed tooth kiss. And I'm trying to pull back and she clutches me back in. And then immediately I like pull back and go like, oh, I was going to like ask you if I could kiss. And she was like, what? Well, we already did. And I was like, and then we kind of literally ran away and raced each other home so we could apologize via text.
That's simply, I was like, did you guys chip a tooth? If I like hit someone's tooth, it makes me sick.
Yes, and still we survived.
And still you survived. And that's actually, so that's how marriage happens, I think. That's beautiful. We're at 325, guys. If we get to 500, remember, I'll draw you a card that either has a horse or whatever you want on it.
And I'll be on the next season of Dimension 20.
And Jordan will film themselves asking to be in the next season.
And on that note, Josh does have to head out. Josh, thank you so much for stopping by and doing the show. We've already raised between this one auction and the 2 raffles. We have another auction. We might have an awesome additional surprise coming later. We've already raised an unbelievable amount of money. So thank you so much for doing the show and helping us do this.
Yes. And Josh, I think now we can, if we are okay to say we do have the additional surprise, can you kind of show us what the additional surprise is?
You want me to show them now? You think they're ready?
I think they're ready. Well, as you depart.
Right here is a signed autographed wooden spoon by me. And if I die in a horrific accident, deep frying, which I probably will, this will be worth a lot of money. This is a heavily used wooden spoon from the Mythical Kitchen. This wooden spoon probably has about 200 million YouTube views racked up on it. And so like, it's kind of a big deal. I put it in my mouth directly. I eat my yogurt with it. And so this is a very special item to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go pick that up in the Mythical Kitchen and send it to you. So
and you'll feel it. It's wet. It's wet.
I'll get it wet. I'll make him kiss it in front of me so I know, and then I'll send it to you.
Yes. And that might be, we were TBD when we're auctioning that, but you freaking know that thing is on the table too. So thank you so much, Josh. Thank you for kissing the spoon. We're so happy to have you.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. I really appreciate it. I had a fun time.
Follow Josh on Instagram. It goes in the description. Bye, Josh. Guys, that was the spoon, the famous spoon. We will let you know when that auction's going up. It's too confusing to run 2 auctions. We're at $340 for Persephone Valentine's fan from Dimension 20's The 7. It is gorgeous. It is pristine. It will be signed by the entire cast of The 7. Not to be a bitch, it's already signed by a few of them, and you can't see because I'll disappear. But Brennan, myself, Seppi have all signed it. We're at $350 on this fan. Let's go. This rules. Let's see. Remember, if we get to 500, I'll draw you a card with whatever you want on it, or a horse.
Or a horse. That's your second option.
Behind the bags, and Jordan will film themselves asking Brennan to be on Dimension 20.
Yeah, I will be on Dimension 20, but I'll Brennan first, but I will be on it. Also, I do want to point out that we have gotten an application for an unpaid intern for the next season of Talk Chef coming from Sean. And, you know, normally I would say, hey, I wouldn't want to take advantage of someone like that, but I will let Sean do it. I feel like Sean has really reaped a lot from this show. I think he's I think
what the hell?
Like Sean. I think, you know, Sean's won things on this show. I think
what the hell? You should play us, Sean.
Yeah, Sean got a cameo from Kendall for almost no donation money, and then also won a Top Chef jacket for his mom. I think that's, I don't know what Sean's saying in the chat right now.
I love that.
What's Sean saying?
Come on, Sean. We love Sean. Sean, thank you so much for all your continued support. We're merely razzing you. We are at $350. If we can get to, we're at $360. Okay. If we can get to 400, let me think what someone could be interested in. What would someone want from me?
You know what I'll say? If we,
we're at 375. Okay, sorry.
I don't know.
Wait, 500. We're at 500.
Oh my God, how?
Someone said 500. That's how.
Wow, I better clear my schedule so I can be on the next season of
Dimension 20. Okay, so we've got.
It's not just for you, Reka. I'm talented too.
Yes, I know. And yes, Jason, I'm getting to those Grant facts right now. 2 disgusting Grant O'Brien facts. 1, I once asked Grant what his favorite snack was, and without hesitation, he said a hot dog dragged through scallion cream cheese. I think that's a crazy answer. I'm not shaming if you eat cream cheese with your hot dog. I think as a snack, that's crazy.
This is what I'll say. I think that sounds good, except for the drag.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I think he makes everything disgusting. Yeah. Another fact. This one's a common one, so I might even give you a third fact after. Grant thinks sushi would taste better if it had grapes in it.
That is disgusting. And he's told us that before. I've heard him say that so many times. It does feel wrong, and I hate him.
Absolutely. A third fact. Actually, this is cute. Grant is the reason I drive, because he let me test drive his car and help me buy my car. And I think that's adorable. But when I test drove his car is full of 100 empty water bottles and loose nuts everywhere. Loose nuts and loose cranberries all over the front seat. And I got to sit in the driver's seat, and the steering wheel was the stickiest thing you could ever conceive of. Winnie the Pooh wouldn't even dare. It would be worse than sticking his cute little mitts into a bowl of honey. That car was sticky and full of nuts. So that is my 3 little Grant facts. I think we are at 500. Am I crazy? Did Sidrius not do 500? Because we're still getting like a 385 or whatever. Someone can correct 510. 510. Oh my God, we're at 510 for Sabrina.
And this is just a reminder: if you are Venmoing me, please do not click the option to like protect your purchase or that your purchase is a good or a service. Yeah. It's not a good or a service. It is a donation. And also, you don't need to protect your purchase because you are donating and you're not getting this money back. It can't, like, if you don't win the raffle, you don't get your money back. Yes. So the money is ours to give to the San Antonio Food Bank no matter what. So you don't need to protect it. So that's just something to keep in mind.
We love that. And Sabrina has put us at 510. That's fucking incredible. That is $510 more to the San Antonio Food Bank, feeding the greater San Antonio area, doing events for Uvalde, which we fucking love, all for a wonderful cause. And keep in mind, with that $510 or whoever is our highest bidder, we will be giving you a card that has a drawing of a horse that I do on it, or whatever you want. 2 options with behind the scenes facts about the 7. And you will also get a video of Jordan asking Brennan Lee Mulligan to be on Dimension 20.
To which he will say, absolutely, of course, he will be the newest cast member on this season of Dimension 20. I'll also give, while we're still kind of, Rika, are we done with this auction? Are we moving on to the second auction?
Well, this is the question. I think we got to do a rapid, like, hey, there's 5 more minutes to get in on this so that people know this is a rush item. At 7:10, we will end the auction for this fan. Is that okay, Jordan? Are you pissed?
I think that's great. I was going to tell a fun little fact about Grant.
Okay, great. How about if we get to 550? Is it a fun enough fact to 550?
Probably not, but why not?
Okay, great. And if it's not fun, if I'm kind of like, ooh, Jordan, you whiffed that, I'll add something. We're at 525.
It's a fact about me and Grant. So it's like a fun, cute fact about me and Grant.
Jake is asking if I have started any home games after being bitten by the D&D bug. And I absolutely would love to join some home games. I have participated in like 1 or 2. I'm still not quite good at D&D. I love it. Honestly, being a part of 7 was one of the best times I have ever had in my life. Same with Bloodkeep and Mice and Murder.
And what else, Reka? And what else was some of the best times of your life?
Friends with Jordan Meyer. Fucking idiot. She doesn't even remember. So I appreciate the question, Jake. If we get to $550, Jordan's going to reveal a fun fact about Grant. This auction for the fan ends at 7:10 p.m. Pacific. Okay, Sean, that's so freaking nice. I really do get self-conscious about playing D&D. I simply love improv, and so that's what I try to lean into. And I have to be around smart geniuses like Abria and Becca and Erika and Seppi and Izzy to really help me. Incredible. Now, let's see. I feel like my whole head is going to explode. So what else could we sort of offer? Let's see. We've got 550. For 550, we will tell you an anecdote about Grant, and I will tell you an anecdote about I guess I'll tell you one about myself. And I do not like to share anecdotes about
I was like, I'll tell you one about Reka.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, I'll tell you something about Reka.
Oh no. Yeah, I simply don't like revealing any information about myself because I think sometimes people are strange about it. But you know, I will say, if we can get to $10,000, I'll send you a picture of my foot. How about that? If we can get to $10,000 in 3 minutes, I'll send you a picture of my foot. So is there any?
How much do you guys love feet?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hey, where are all my little freaks at?
You guys love feet so much.
Yeah. Oh, put your money where my feet are.
Exactly.
Oh God. Will I ever stream myself playing The Sims? That is the nicest question anyone's ever asked me. If anyone would watch that, I will absolutely do it. I can show you the town I made that's only people that look like me.
You're absolutely sick in the head.
I could show you Sassy's house. Sabrina, yeah, you can pick which foot. I have recommendations, but you could pick. If someone wants to donate $10,000, I think you've earned the right to pick which foot you get.
And you know what? I'll give a little plug for the feet. Reka has nice feet.
What the hell? Thank you.
Do. And not in like a pervy way, but I think feet are cute. I'm not one of those people that's like, ew, feet, get them away from me. I actually like feet. I hate shoes. I think shoes are gross because they're really dirty and they've touched everything. Yes. But I think feet are cute, and Reka has really cute feet.
That is so nice. I literally love that. Sean is asking when the potluck is. Honestly, Jordan and I will get on that. That seems like a really nice thing to do, provided everyone.
What's the thing? I forgot.
A potluck, like for California residents, like a Top Chef meetup.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. What the hell? Is it just us and Sean eating in a meal?
It's literally just us and Sean, our new intern, Sean.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Okay, there's 1 minute for $10,000 for this fan to the San Antonio Food Bank, feeding the greater San Antonio area. I will send you a picture of my foot.
And Reka, the thing about that's so special is I don't think y'all realize how much Reka would be giving up, because the thought of Reka giving a stranger a picture of her feet is like absolutely horrifying to her. Like Reka hates that so much.
I don't even send pictures of myself to my parents. I don't like to share information. So fee is in a way the biggest piece of information you can have about me. So for $10,000, I will send you that. Or for a more reasonable 550, we will share a story about Grant and an anecdote. You have 1 minute left. We're at 550. Okay. So if we can get it up to 570, we're at 560. Oh my God, we have 1 minute left. 1 minute. We're at 710. Going once. We're at 560. Going twice. Can we get any higher than 560? I'm going to give this 10 more seconds to account for lag. We're at $560. Okay. We got 10 seconds left. 10, 9, we're at 560, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're getting a card with a horse or whatever you want on it. 2, 575. We have 2 more seconds. Can we get this? I'm going to restart 10 seconds. It's going to be the last time I do it. Don't worry. 10, 9, 8, 7. Can we get it up? We're at 575. Thanks to Sabrina. Thank you so much, Sabrina. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are closed at 575. Thank you so much, Sabrina. We super appreciate it. We really, really, really fucking appreciate it. This fan plus a card with famously a horse or whatever you want on it is yours, as well as a video of Jordan asking, and I guess being told yes to being on Dimension 20. And we got to share that fact about Grant and an anecdote about me.
Okay, so the fact about Grant, and once again, like I said, this is a sweet fact. It's not gross. Grant and I have like almost the exact same career trajectory because Grant and I both went to NYU acting. We were both in the Stella Adler studio of acting. Then we started doing stuff at the Upright Citizens Brigade, where we were both on Herald Night. Then we both moved to Los Angeles, did stuff at College Humor, and now both of us are like digital comedy writers and personalities.
That is a cute little fact.
I think it's like a cute, interesting fact. Like almost every single, we're both queer, like almost every single step of the way, Grant and I have had the exact same specifics in our lives, starting at like age 18. And now Grant and I are both probably, I don't know how old Grant is. I don't know if he
right.
tells people. And it started when we were 18. We're both 19 now. So that kind of gives you an idea.
Grant is 300. And I am comfortable telling you that is his real age and height. My cute little story about Grant, and then I'll tell you an anecdote about me. And then I think you said you had one. Grant and I met in UCB, New York, and we actually rode the train home one day together. Many, many years ago, before I knew him at College Humor at all. And it was really sweet. And I was like, wow, that Grant O'Brien guy is really nice. And then when I met him at College Humor, he never remembered meeting me ever in his life. And I thought that was beautiful. Grant does a lot of freelance writing. Someone's asking what he does now. He does a lot of freelance writing. He's an extremely funny writer, a terrific actor.
He's the bartender on Dirty Laundry.
Yes.
Hosted by Really Do.
Yes.
One of our personal best friends and best friend of the show.
Yes, that is true. An anecdote about me is that one time I took some vitamins on my way to College Humor and I had some coffee, black coffee, and I didn't own a car and told Grant, and I took the bus. And then, yes, Sabrina, you should Venmo Jordan at JORDANMYR1CK on Venmo. Do not select goods and services.
I was actually, if this is crazy, can I request something, Sabrina, before you do that? If you don't mind, it would be, well, I don't know. I was going to say maybe Sabrina could donate directly to the charity. Is that crazy?
That's not crazy.
Sabrina, if you're interested, it would be helpful to me if you wanted to donate directly to the charity and send me the receipt. Then you also get a tax write-off.
And you get a little tax write-off. And that's actually kind of a double gift in a way.
So a double gift in a way.
Thank you so much for asking that, Sabrina. The end of this story, actually, it's perfect that we bifurcated it right there, is that I arrived at College Humor and was like, I actually am going to throw up. So I went to the bathroom downstairs and I took actually my IAC water bottle, which I don't have anymore because of this story. And I actually vomited and diarrhea at the same time in the College Humor building into my IC water bottle, and then into the toilet respectively. Is that a story anyone wanted to know? Yes. And I don't like to share personal information. That was me being really vulnerable. I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm shy, so I don't know.
Am I sharing my anecdote now?
Yeah, sure.
Can it be about you and I won't get in trouble?
Yeah.
I won't get in trouble?
No. What is
Erika?
it? What is
Mom, I won't get in trouble?
You're not getting in trouble.
Erika texted me recently. She doesn't know what I'm going to say, so she's nervous. Erika texted me recently that she did, in fact, fart herself awake while she was napping. Yes. She farted so loud that she woke herself up while she was napping.
Yes.
Am I in trouble for telling that story?
No, not at all.
You said that you diarrheaed, so I...
No, I think that's more neutral. I think that's a way more neutral.
Erika's messaging me like things that she was scared I was telling everyone. I have some sense of...
Please don't tell them I ate it afterwards. Yeah. I literally love talking about farting and shitting, so nobody ever has to feel weird talking about that with me. You can talk about...
But you know what I'll say? I had a really huge revelation recently, Erika. It was actually after I dropped you off last night, 2 nights ago when we had dinner, because Erika's always telling me about farting, and then I realized that I've never heard you fart, so it kind of made me feel like
I'm lying. I'm talking a big...
You're lying. You're talking about how much you fart for attention, because I'm with you a lot, and I'm with you, and normally we're eating or we've just eaten, and I've never heard it. So just something to keep in mind.
You're so fine, Sabrina. Thank you so much. Sabrina says they'll be going through the website. We really, really appreciate it.
Awesome. Sabrina, thank you so much.
We love you. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for listening to a bunch of that humor. And some people may wonder why I made a raccoon shit out of a window in a certain season of Dimension 20. And it's because my whole brain is broken. Okay, my whole brain is broken. Jordan, we have 14 minutes left, in theory. Shall we start auction 2? Is that
auction 2?
Do we need to advertise for this to the mythical?
I don't think so. What I'll say is we're rocking and rolling with donations. So I
love that.
Hey,
so here's something I've always wanted to say. Spoonheads, rise up. I'm going to find out that's like a gang or something tonight. If you would like an autographed spoon from Josh Scherer from Mythical Kitchen that has been used, that has been eaten on by him, then please, auction number 2 has opened for Josh's mythical signed spoon. And if this, guys, don't even feel embarrassed. If this auction doesn't take off, we're going to be auctioning this online later this week. But you guys are the true blues. You're the real fans. You've stayed here for an hour and we want to reward you. So you have first access. If you want this freaking spoon, it is spoon time, okay? If any time was spoon time, it's now.
It's now. So jump in here. If we can get these spoon numbers high enough,
yeah,
we'll auction off the spoon right now. If not, we'll do a digital auction throughout the week.
Exactly. We're at $30 for a spoon signed and kissed by Josh.
Kiss. Okay. I'll make him kiss it again. Okay. I know where he works.
I know where he works because of Jordan. So we're at $30 on the spoon. Okay. Now, what do I think you could do with the spoon if you receive the spoon? I think it could look cute in your kitchen, like framed. I think that would be really cute, actually. What do you think, everyone?
I think that'd be really cute. I would cook with it.
Ooh, even though it has ink on it?
I think I would, because I'm like, I don't know, why not?
Okay. Hashtag spoon if you would cook with the spoon too. Put that in the chat. If you
hashtag spoon if you'd cook with the spoon.
You hashtag spoon.
Hashtag spoon if you cook with a spoon.
Yeah, if you can just be a hashtag spoon right now.
At this point, Erika and I's brains
go for somebody in American Idol.
Yeah, at this point, Erika and I's brains have fully imploded.
Incredible. We're at $30 for this gorgeous spoon signed by Josh Scherer of Mythical Kitchen. What other games do we like to play? Do you mean like role play games, like tabletop? Hashtag, we're getting hashtag spoon. Hashtag spoon.
Do you mean mental games?
Mental games? I like to play. Oh, $35 for spoon. Hashtag spoon. Yes, hashtag spoon is trending across the nation.
Thank
Yeah.
Goodness.
Thank God. It's like one of those things where you see it and you go, oh my God, did Spoon die? And you're like, no, you.
You're like, oh no. Thank goodness.
God, it's just trending. We're at $40 or hashtag 40. I can't tell.
Or hashtag 40, hashtag spoon.
Hashtag 40, 40 for 40, 30 for 30, spoon, hashtag spoon. Video games to play. Thank you for asking, Catherine. I love Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest for Super Nintendo. That's my favorite game of all time. I also really like WrestleMania 2000 on Nintendo 64. And I like The Sims. If you're trying to find a through line, you won't find it at all, except that I am bad at all of them.
And I don't play video games because I don't believe in them, and I don't like them, and I think they're boring. I don't like games in general. I don't like board games.
Yes.
I like to talk to friends. That's what I would rather do than play a game.
Okay. I love to talk to my friends too, but maybe sometimes
do you?
Maybe sometimes it's the drama on The Sims.
Oh, do you? No, I'm just like, whenever someone's like, let's sit down and play a game, I simply have to be like, no, because I would a million times more rather be like just chatting about something stupid.
We are at $45 on this spoon, which we freaking love. Elaine asked me an awesome question. How are you bad at The Sims? I'm actually not bad at it. I think I could be a little more creative. I have a lot of fun. And that's really what it's about. So maybe I don't need to judge my playing. We're at $45 on Josh Shearer's Mythical Spoon. My favorite board game? It's Scrabble. I've been playing Scrabble since I was freaking born. I know all the 2-letter words because I'm an idiot. So yeah, it's my favorite board game. And I like Settlers of Catan, and I like Upwards, and I like Monopoly because my brain doesn't work. Have I tried Stardew Valley?
My favorite board game, I don't know if people are asking me or just you because I don't have this chat open, but my favorite board game is Trivial Pursuit because I love trivia. I
also love Trivial Pursuit. I'm very bad at it, but I love it.
Why have we never played Trivial Pursuit?
Because you fucking hate board games. I didn't know there was any exception.
Trivial Pursuit's like not a board game though.
Jordan, that is incorrect. Hey, someone's asking me how much for me to pitch an animal show to drop out. I actually did pitch an animal show to drop out when I worked there. It didn't end up surfacing, but hey, you never know. We're at $50.
Those are really funny because I'm like, yeah, we'll pitch any show to anything. Me and Erika, yeah, we'll happily pitch.
Yeah, it's like when it's a little like funny. This is not a dig on you guys, but when people be like, oh, why don't you do this? I'm like, oh, because it's really hard and actually everyone hates me.
Yeah.
Like if my parents are like, why don't you email Ray Romano and ask for a job? I'm like, well, there's sort of a few things there. Like, I don't have his email. That's not how jobs work. Everybody Loves Raymond, which is the show you want me to write for, is not on anymore.
Yeah, Ray Romano didn't write that show.
A lot of things. Philip Rosenthal, Feed Phil. We must feed Phil. We're at $50. We'll give this raffle till 7:25, so we have a little time to wrap up. So we got 3 minutes left on auction 2. I called it a raffle, and I'm sorry.
Great. And what I will say is the raffle for the 2 raffles is closing at 7:30.
That is gorgeous.
How do we feel about that, Erika?
I think that's awesome.
The raffle is closing at 7:30. Get anything else you want to get in before 7:30.
And I gotta tell you, that freaking Boggy is cute as hell. And my roommate is a big D&D person, and I ran those books by him. He said, these are nice. So, okay. He said, these are nice. If you're wondering who my roommate is, it's Sassy's dad. So, okay.
Luke Field, friend of the show. He's been a guest on the show.
Sassy, if you remember, she had a lot to say.
But yeah, so you have 7 minutes to get it in, and then we will really quickly announce who won what. And then later this week or next week, we'll announce how much money we raised.
The raffles will be announced today, Elaine, if you can believe. If you can freaking believe, right? Jordan, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, gorgeous. I love that. So you don't even need to wait. We're at $50 for the spoon. We have 2 minutes left on Josh Shearer's Mythical Spoon. Josh Shearer's Mythical Spoon that he's cooked with, that he's tasted homemade yogurt with, that he's probably smooched a few times. Jade, thank you so much for saying Sassy's beautiful, and Sean for saying Sassy was a good guest. I think sometimes she gets self-conscious, and I'm always like, girl, you can't say no to yourself. You have to like own your own self first. And sometimes she's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm like, she's not wrong. Ultimately, she's not wrong.
True.
Listen, Nicholas, the Boggy thing is cute as hell. Okay, we're at 55 for this spoon. We have 1 minute left for hashtag spoon. And I'll try to account for the lag. We're at $60 for spoon. $60 for Josh Shearer's mythical spoon that he eats yogurt with. Listen, wow, yogurt, that takes a lot of spoon to eat.
That's so true.
That spoon is used. Can you believe? Oh, baby. You've always wanted to join along a dropout show for an episode, but you have tempered expectations and deeply nervous. Well, I totally recommend joining along for a dropout show. I think they're all fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. We're at $55. I'm gonna give us 10 more seconds. $55 from Animal Lover on Josh Shearer's mythical spoon of yogurt. 10, 9, 8. Okay, can we get more? Can we get it to 60? I don't know, Jordan. It is at 60. I'm an idiot. We're at 60. Can we get it to 65? I don't freaking know. I'll start the countdown again because my brain doesn't work.
What if we could get up to 100? What a cool surprise that would be for me and Erika if we could get it up to 100. I
would maybe try to fart right now. I would try just for you. I would try it. 9, 8. If we get it to 10,000, I will send you a picture of my foot. For $10,000, if you get Josh's spoon, I will send you a picture of my foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So we're at $60. 5, 4, 3. Can we bump it up? We're at $60. 2, 1. Auction 2 is closed. Congrats, Sidrius. Yay. Oh no, we're at 65. Shit. Well, oh my God, it keeps going. We gotta honor this, right?
Look, I guess keep going.
We gotta honor it. I'm sorry, the auction is opened again. It's up, it's open. It's open again.
I hate that it's like this. Normally I would honor our word, but it is for charity.
I can't honor my word when it comes to charity. The auction is open again, but for real, we've got 30 seconds, 30 more seconds. We're at $75 from Zidrius. I know this lag is a pain in the ass. Elena's so freaking right. All right, 30 freaking seconds. 30 seconds, and you got 4 minutes on those raffles, okay? 30 seconds for this spoon. $75. Can we get it to 100? Can we get it to 100? That's what I ask myself in the mirror every morning.
In the mirror.
In the mirror. Did I say 30 seconds? Yes. 30, 29, 28. What's everyone's favorite number? 26, 25, 24. If you want Sassy to kiss the spoon, that's $100. And I'll take a video of it. If you want Sassy to kiss the spoon, and baby she will, that's $100.
She definitely will.
24, 23, we're at $80. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. What's your second favorite number? 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay, you want me to name an actual time, Sean? Okay, cool. Okay, fine. I'll name an actual time. 7:28. Okay, 7:28, auction 2 closes. Now you don't get to hear me count anymore. Can you tell I'm out of my fucking mind and I haven't eaten dinner?
She's lost it. Neither one of us have eaten dinner. Can you believe that?
We're at $85. It's 7:28 right now. It is 7:28. We are going once. Okay. I'm going to go up to 5 times. We're going once. $85. We're going twice. $85. We're going 3 times. $85. We're going 4 times. $85. We are going $5. We're going 5 times. Closed. $85. Done. Congrats again. Gorgeous. We're $85. That is officially closed. If I look at another number, I'll actually pass away. So you have 2 minutes to get in on those raffles. We're so excited to announce that. You guys have been so freaking generous. We're so thrilled.
I'm really excited.
This is all going to a great cause, the San Antonio Food Bank.
Erika, I tagged you in the thing that says that the auction and the giveaways are closed.
I love that.
So will you repost your story? So right now the auction is only, or the raffles are only even open to people who are watching.
Yes. And thank you, Jake. I am a professional auctioneer. We kind of like to give you a rough and ready experience here. You see behind the curtain. We're not trying to be fancy for you. We got it. You see that I opened an auction after I closed it. You see that I told you it was 728 about 2 seconds before it became 728. You saw that me appear on a graphic earlier. It's all love.
Beautiful.
It's all love.
It's all beautiful. It's all love.
You have less than 1 minute to enter this raffle. Less than 1 minute on the raffle.
If someone's like, hey, I'm typing, but it's not loading, drop that in the chat. Erika, let me know.
Right now. Oh my God.
What?
Catherine, hi. It was so nice to meet you. I met you.
Cool.
That's so nice. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you're here. I hope you do watch stuff on Dropout. And thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, that was so sweet. I loved your dog. His name was Cap, if I remember correctly. And if I do, honestly, someone should give me money. Oh, my laptop turned off with the graphic. That's actually some more behind.
That's okay because it's over.
Because it's over. It's 7:30. The raffle.
Okay. It's over. It's over. It's closed.
It's over.
I'm plugging it into the name thing. So hold on.
Okay, I can vamp. So I guess my favorite food, my favorite vegetable is probably either an onion or corn. My favorite.
Okay, Erika, that's enough vamping. I'm plugging it in.
Oh my God.
Erika, shut up, Erika. Hold on. Erika, hold on. I got one more that I think came in just because of the lag.
Yes.
So hold on. Erika, seriously.
I'm holding on. Oh, Catherine, that's very sweet. Where
do you know Catherine from? Why are you being so coy with the rest of them?
Oh, it's just at the secret cool person convention. No, it's when I was in Portland. I was walking cool. and ran into them. So sweet. Oh, your cat is watching, Daniel. Well, thank you to your cat. If your cat submitted a raffle ticket, that's awesome.
Okay. I'm about to hit. Hold on. Okay.
Exciting.
Can you hear it spinning?
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is for raffle number 1.
So this is for the books.
It's for the books.
Signed by Erika, Ishii, and Brennan Mulligan.
All right, please give a big round of applause for winner Jordan Sandfer.
Can you spell that last name?
Sandfer.
Congratulations!
Jordan, you have the same first name as me.
Okay, do we think that's nepotism?
Yeah, it's me. I just put my name in with a bunch of different last names.
Incredible. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jordan. And then now I'm doing the second one.
Oh my God. So this
Shut up, Erika.
This is for Boggy, everyone on raffle number 2.
Okay, raffle number 2. Okay, this is for Boggy.
Boggy. Boggy is a frog.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Everyone
Sean, we would never do anything to harm you in any way.
What is Sean complaining about?
You're a golden egg. Yes, congrats, Jordan. You won raffle 1.
You won the books, Jordan, and you have my name, which feels like a win in its own way. Why are you so rude to me, Erika?
You told me to shut up.
For work, because we're working.
We're both out of our fucking minds. If you took our temperatures from 6 p.m. until now.
Hello.
We're both
okay. Are we ready? Sorry, my computer's going a little slow. Hold on. Shut up, Erika. Just kidding. I think it's a funny bit now. Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
And the winner of the second raffle
Boggy.
for the Boggy plush. Big round of applause for Logan Coughlin.
Yes. Can you spell the last name?
Cocklin.
Congratulations, Logan. Oh my God. That is so exciting. I hope they're still in the chat. I'm trying to tag them. Wow. I hope they're still in the chat. Logan, congratulations. You have won a signed Boggy. I'm so happy for you.
Jordan's in the chat. Jordan, Rika, did you tell Jordan to DM us on Instagram?
Guess what? I'm going to do it right now.
Jordan, DM us on Instagram so I can get your information.
At Talk Chef on IG. Logan, we need to know that you're there. We need to know that you're here. We need to know. We can also contact them on Venmo, I guess, as well.
Actually, that's true. I completely forgot about that.
Well, guys, we would never have rigged it against Sean and Elaine. We think you guys are the coolest people ever. Sean, Amy, Elaine, Christine, Rhiannon, Jason, you guys are our freaking OG.
You know we love the OG squad. We're so happy that every new person joined today, but we always have to shout out the OG squad who's here every single week, whether or not we have something to give away, whether or not we have a guest. We really appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And all the new people, we appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you again. This is the show about Top Chef, but it's also a comedy show and a celebrity show and just a good old time to raise money for charity.
Absolutely. So congratulations to our winners. We have Sidrius, we have Logan, we have Jordan, and we have Sabrina. Thank you guys so freaking much. We really appreciate your support and your support for the San Antonio Food Bank. It's really fucking incredible how much money you guys have all helped us raise every season. We could not do it without you. You guys are fucking awesome. It makes us want to cry. So thank you.
Absolutely, yes. And be patient with us. Like I said, Rika and I do both have jobs, but as anyone who's watched the previous season can attest to you, we will get you your things. We have to make sure everything is signed and has all the stuff you want, but you will absolutely get it. Rika and I will send it over, or if you're based in the LA area, we can schedule like a handoff if you want to get it in person and not have it sent to you. Sean has done that before. So just hit us up on Instagram and let us know. And thank you so much for watching the show.
Sean pointed out that I forgot to tell Jordan that he's Top Chef. And I think that's because actually...
Wait, tell Josh?
I didn't tell Josh that.
You said tell Jordan, which is me.
Oh, oops. I meant Josh. But I think it's because you guys are all Top Chef.
I agree. I do. I think everyone watching the show today is Top Chef.
Can I confirm that? Am I allowed to tell him that? Fuck you! I don't believe you! You guys are Top Chef. Sorry. You're all beautiful and you're all Top Chef. And you're all going to win a bunch of stuff from Glad Force Flex trash bags or whatever.
It's going to be incredible. Also, I realized I never said this, but if anyone's wondering, I put all the people's names as many times as you entered into a random name generator and then click spin the wheel, and then it shouted it out to me. So I realized I never specified that, but that's how it works. So thanks for participating. Thanks for the good money to the good charity. Y'all are awesome. We really appreciate you. And
really, really do. Stay tuned for the final announcement of how much we made. And thank you guys again. And we hope you guys love your prizes. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, everybody.
Next week, we'll be hopping back into season 6, if you can believe. Barf.